Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and big thanks to EA for inviting me to be part of the early access event for Enchanted by Nature. This video is tagged as an ad, and I was also obviously gifted with a limited time run of early access to the brand new expansion pack so that I could record a bunch of videos for you lot. And today I decided why not record a video that kind of puts a little bit of my criticism towards this pack on show and kind of show off how easy or maybe how difficult a rags to riches may be, because I fear with Enchanted by Nature installed, this may no longer be a challenge, considering we do have a brand new skill, which is the natural living skill, which unlocks being able to sleep anywhere in a Sims world, just like on the ground. You can bathe in any form of open water that you have, ponds included, and of course you can feast upon harvestables. All of those things we've kind of already been able to do, but this expansion pack kind of just makes it a little bit easier because you're not restricted to like finding a bench out in the open to sleep in. You don't have to have like other packs to have either a tent or a sleeping bag. Of course, those other packs don't include fairies, but some of them could potentially include some other occults, such as like Realm of Magic, I guess. I have, of course, given her the brand new aspiration of Nature Nomad. This sim embraces natural living and enjoys fulfilling their every need in the great outdoors. This is under nature, so they do actually still get the collector bonus reward, can find rare collectibles more often, which clearly makes sense for this because we are going to be working towards the natural living skill. I've also gone for the loves the outdoors trait, and then two of the new traits that we have, which is mystical and also plant lover. We are of course gonna take her into the brand new world of Inner Screen. I have already uploaded kind of all of my overviews of this new pack. A couple of them are gonna be linked at the end of this video. If you missed them, I did my gameplay deep dive, everything you needed to know about fairies, their magic abilities, how the wing works, how flying works, the two new skills that we got, the new career that we got. It was a pretty darned detailed video. Now, this sim isn't a fairy, she is just a regular human sim, and I kind of feel like Everdew is where you move to once you either do become a fairy or if you're very, very interested in fairies, because obviously there's a lot of fairies flying around here. So today we are actually going to go in the 64 by 64 if my computer can handle it. It is basically an empty lot. There is obviously a pond on it, and they've kind of given you two versions of these. You have one actually over in Everdew. I don't want us to have any funds whatsoever. Obviously I'm not like aiming to complete a rags to riches challenge. I'm not doing like all the things I would usually do. I just want to see how easy the natural living skill fully makes this. We can't actually fish just yet, can only stock ponds with fish that they've discovered in their household collections. We actually do, as part of our aspiration, have find a fishing sign close to water and select it to start fishing, harvest a plant on Jordan's home lot, and forage for food 5 times. Luckily, we do have a cheeky little river running through here, which you can bathe in. You can't do this in too shallow of water, so if you do it on the very edge, you will get this like little pop-up that says water is too shallow. If you go a little bit deeper, wherever you can actually wade in water, you will be able to bathe in it. But then over the other side of the river, we do actually have this fishing sign. What is annoying about this, and why have I never noticed this, you can't go any further. Like, it's kind of just like you can't. That's gotta be a glitch, surely. This isn't final software. I am still playing on the version that we got in early access, hence why my name is like jumping around. I am obviously gonna pick it up myself when it comes out on the 10th. What an unlikely trio of Sims. We have the new like fairy council person, which is Karen. Now, people have asked me, are you gonna see like other people kind of taking care of their needs? needs, like sleeping outdoors. The whole time I have been playing this, which I'm not gonna lie, I have put a lot of flipping hours into early access. I have not noticed a single person taking care of their needs. I've noticed like plant sims kind of like floating on their back in the Moondrop Springs. Can we just talk about Karen's like feckin' arms and calves? Those are calves and a half. I fear Karen might be my type. I'm an arms girl. What can I say? Now, we can't actually eat this fish just yet. You can't eat a raw fish until you get to level 2. Looks like Jordan has felt the effects of luck for the first time. Good and bad luck have a chance to impact the results of a sim's actions for better or worse. If desired, there are ways to temporarily change a sim's luck. Otherwise, luck changes every day. Acquired the natural living skill from finding our first frog. Jordan's new skill in natural living allows her to fulfill more needs outdoors. It can be challenging at first, but living out in nature becomes easy and comfortable with practice. Jordan can sleep on the ground indoors and outdoors, but will gain energy slowly and lose hygiene until she grows more skillful. She can also take a sponge bath in public restrooms and the ferry hub located in Everdew. Eating harvestable foods will help Jordan gain a small amount of fun. I like how there's flies flying around the light even though the light isn't on. They're evolving. I'm out here trying to build my natural living skill. These flies are out here testing natural selection. Totally sure, but thinks bad luck has impacted what she found. We got a grape. Oh, we accidentally disturbed a bug whilst foraging. Smells really badly and could use a shower. That's actually fun. I actually hadn't seen that up until this point. That is actually gonna come in so handy because we are feeling a little hungry, and like I said, we can't currently eat these. We could eat the grape though, or we could actually plant this grape, which I think is probably the better option. Now, I have complained about how this definitely could make it easier, so we are gonna go ahead and say that she dislikes gardening, just to add a little bit of a challenge, because rags to riches, honestly, I feel no longer gonna feel like a challenge. But let's go bathe in this water. God, I'm so used to like being a fairy and clicking instantly fly here, and it saves so much time. Her hygiene actually isn't going up as fast as I thought it would. I thought that this would be like showering in the waterfall in Sulani, but this pretty much just feels like swimming around. Is that not going up at the same rate? I wish I could like click on this and see the percentage gain as we're actually going through it. I wish that they had that as like a setting in the game for like, I don't know, it could be used for anyone, but like content creators, people who make like guides and stuff, when you actually want to see like the inside, like inner workings of the game. I do think bathing maybe goes up a little bit quicker than just swimming around, but props, because this is still gonna take a while. I imagine the more we go up in our natural living skill, the more it will scale and the less time it will take. Oh my god, growing apart from being a plant lover, not socializing with plants. Girl, you have 0 simoleons to your name. Actually, that's something that I didn't think about. Hold up, let me sell some of these fish. We absolutely do not need all of these bad boys. Let's get rid of those for a hot minute. You can now directly summon a privy vote. That means we actually now can just stop using public bathrooms, which if this was a... I don't like the way you just stroke that plant. Never do that ever again. She's gonna do it 1,000 times in this video, let me tell you. If you were doing a traditional rags to riches, you would be using public bathrooms by this point, because you wouldn't have like the simoleons to be able to buy yourself a bush. But now, level 2, you can just poof and a bush is there. Gain hunger by gulping down any fish she has acquired. No cooking involved. She can now also intentionally forage for food. Woo, that's cold. Jordan found bathing in natural water a bit too bracing. She powered through for now. Hopefully better skill will make the experience more refreshing. Uncomfortable is a little bit of a hindrance in The Sims 4. If you're feeling like uncomfortable enough, your sim will actually just like not want to do certain things. We are gonna eat that mushroom because our hunger is a little Okay, that barely got it up, but hey, it was enough to maybe try and, I mean, I would say took ourselves in for the night. I probably should have put her in a warmer outfit than just her bikini, bless her. Definitely not getting the most comfortable of sleeps. Her face is like this, and she does keep waking up and being a little bit disturbed by probably the sights, the sounds, the smells of the world, and now she has the sun beating down on her. Honestly, it's been out. Look, she like wakes up. She's like, where am I? You're on the floor, girl. Don't worry, you'll get used to it soon enough. We're gonna be doing it a lot. We're already natural living level 3, and we've been playing for what, a day? Jordan can now intentionally forage for plants. Eating harvestable foods will also better satisfy her hunger. Sleeping on the ground, outdoors and indoors is a little more restful and won't reduce Jordan's hygiene quite as quickly. Ooh, so bit of a rough night on the first night. Our bladder's not feeling too hot, so we are actually going to summon a privy bush. Oh my god, why do I keep getting this pop-up about us learning about our natural... I actually hadn't done this because fairies don't have a bladder need, so I hadn't really felt the need to do this, you know. It does, I think, use the same animation, maybe, as the werewolves, but you are full on shitting in a bush. That's 100% what has happened. Luckily, it does get disposed of, but our hygiene, I think, also took a negative effect on that. So let's go bathe in that water while we are really washing and repeating. One thing I will say, doing it this way and kind of having like the natural living skill, I think it's having more of a negative effect on our money. It does potentially make it a little bit harder to like find the balance, I guess, of keeping stuff that you actually want to keep either for like planting or for eating it, or selling it for money, because we're not really going out and like using a barbecue or anything like that. So I guess that is a way to balance it out a little bit, a way to make it not feel quite as easy to do a rags to riches, because you do have to like forward think and be like, right, planning this out, how do I actually want to go about this? Like, do I want to risk selling this so that I can get some simoleons and like start building a house maybe? Or would I rather save it so that I know that I always like have something to eat? We got good luck today. We found a cherry. Hello, nice to meet you. My name's Haley. Right, let's go plant that. We're actually not going to eat it. Jordan is imbalanced. Because we've had so many negative moodlets. Food isn't as good for imbalanced Sims. Jordan will have a harder time. Ooh, yikes. Okay, that is not good for rags to riches. There are several ways a sim can regain balance, such as staying in a positive mood and consuming certain apothecary elixirs. Whilst in balance, a sim's mood and needs may be affected in various ways. Highly vulnerable to ailments when they become very imbalanced. You know what? I'm going to protect myself. We are going to absolutely befriend Elric. I already know that we're probably going to get an ailment at some point, so I want to befriend a fairy so that we can actually like ask them for cures. Hopefully, if they have that power. Felt like in my early access, I could just ask really any fairy to cure an ailment, even if technically like I went to play as them and they maybe wouldn't have the power that's available to that. We read his aura, considering we are a mystical sim, a natural healer. Green is deeply connected to wellness and health. You definitely make those around you feel safe and heard. Stop, that's really, really sweet. Elric, I see you. We're gonna do one of the new interactions. Under gossip, we have hair tails, which, oh no, we're already a good friend. Oh my god, that went up so fast. But these work like San Sequoia secrets, so when you're like first getting to know someone and you hear their tale, it's pretty basic. It just gives you like a little bit more context maybe to them or something that occurs in the pack. Whereas when you become better friends with them, they get like slightly more and more like deeper, like they'll tell you different things. I'm quite fond of fairy dusted plant, but that's where my interest in the occult seems to end. Maybe I'm not cut out to be a fairy. The added emotional fortitude is quite strenuous. I want to tend to my gardens. It may be time for me to seek out Mother Nature and have my essence bottled start fresh. Oh, I like how it kind of goes into his like emotional turmoil when you're talking about like fairies. I guess you could like maybe invite him around and have like Mother Nature there, and then you could like hop into Create Sim and make him like not a fairy if you wanted to. Apothecary ingredients, you can only start foraging for those when you're actually at a level 2 of the apothecary skill. Oh, we're back to feeling balanced though. Damn. That imbalance did not last for long. I think Katrina Caliente is pretty cute. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Ask me out. If you do still want to play traditionally, especially in this neighborhood, there is also a little woohoo bush or a piss bush if you want it. And there is a bench, so you can just nap here. Obviously, the difference is, and why I think a traditional rags to riches is harder without the natural living, is because you can only nap. So you have to do that a fair number of times to kind of get your sleep up. Level 4 of the natural living skill, only a day into this. When using the privy bush, she stays cleaner and loses less hygiene, so that definitely had an effect. At this level of skill, Jordan finds bathing in natural water kind of fun, even if a bit uncomfortable at times. Napping on benches is also a little nicer than before. Ooh, speaking of, she's gonna go have a cheeky little siesta, mid-afternoon nap. Oh my god, yes! Care, come on over. I should really get going now. Thanks for hanging out with me. Okay, we gotta go see a Care about a wren. You're probably thinking pink is obviously love, right? But you are much more than this. Trustworthy, devoted, and compassionate. Show off muscles. You should not be doing that to Care. I'm not gonna lie. Their muscles are wild. Why don't we acquire a fable? Let's see if they have any fables to make money. This should be our first port of call for making money. We're making friends really quickly. I don't know how that is happening. Maybe it's like reading their aura. I know we fairies don't get hungry, but I love a good grilled cheese. No, yeah. Any good day can be made better with a solid jaffle. It's so ooey gooey, cheesy, delicious. Sorry, what did you need again? Not them absolutely loving grilled cheeses. Grilled cheeses is their love language. We're gonna ask for some fairy dust. We got 10 apples? Did we just get that from harvesting on a like good luck day? That's wild. We literally can now just like live off apples. I'm not gonna even lie, besties. And we found some more simoleons. We found 42 simoleons whilst planting that seed. Ooh, what are you doing? No, what are you doing? Are you just filling up your emotional force? I think, yeah. We now have our emotions drained. I thought that all of these emotions disappeared when you had your emotions drained. I must have just had luck where a sim barely had any emotions, and that's where I got that information from. I never, ever know where these are going to be. Hobbies, no. Interests, no. Small talk, no. Stories, ask for small critter bones. Apparently it's under stories. I hate this new like system. I know it's not new anymore, but jeez Louise, especially when a new pack comes out, like the amount of hours I spend in early access going through an interaction circle, because I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Luckily, I have 50 simoleons to my name. We got the small critter bones, so I know where the deliver one is, and don't worry, I'm going to tell you all. It's under hobbies. Oh, no, it's not. Where is it? I thought it was under there. Oh my god, I was so confident. Oh, it's under stories. So most of the fable stuff, I guess it's because it's like a fable. Get out of there. You are not sleeping in there. Is that a new animation in and out of the bushes? And so Jeffrey got sneaky. Oh, I forgot to read the original fable. And Nancy got cheeky. Their plans were both secretly smother. A password reset for the bank account's net was surely to foil the other. But they could not expect the login to get wrecked, and now neither could get any money. So instead of report, they're seemingly poor, and nobody won, which is funny. Me, every time my sim doesn't win the lottery. A starseed teleporter has been placed in your inventory. Ooh. And then we also got a aura blossom seed, one of the brand new plants that we have. Oh my god, we got so many simoleons for planting that one plant. That was wild. Good luck is really hitting. It's interesting how I didn't really notice like look when I was like actively just like playing the game, and it kind of like faded into the background. But now that there's like so little to do like on this lot or like for my sim, I'm now starting to like see how much of an effect like look is having. And I think that's coming from like the money specifically. I do kind of wish that they had introduced in this pack, oh, the plant sim wanted to do it for me. Like imagine if you had like a pond and you could like wash your dishes. You know how there's like a tub in the laundry day pack for washing clothes like off the grid or like in a more traditional way instead of having a washing machine? Imagine if they had done that for like washing dishes. I personally think that would be really cool. That, not gonna lie, I would have been all over the natural living if they had done something like that, because that is something new. That's something that we've not really had. Like, yeah, you can, I don't even know how that person was like trying to throw it away, that plant sim. Imagine being able to like in like shallow water, like wash dishes. And then that would be a way to get rid of dirty dishes when you don't have like either a sink or a bin. Because right now it just feels like the natural living skill is giving you options for like things that we can and have always been able to do in the game, whereas something new I probably would have been like, oh, you know what, that's a little bit different, and therefore I appreciate that. Jordan has contracted an ailment, creation impulse. Jordan's thoughts are filled with dreams of crafting. What could she make? Whatever it is, she just knows it's going to be good. Yeah, look, we can't throw away on our lot because it requires a sink. Oh my god, that would have been so good. No, because why do I make myself like annoyed that we don't get things that I like randomly think of? Like, who are they to think of that, you know, when I've just randomly thought of it? We're almost level 5, which means I'm so sorry to every single lesbian out there who may be watching. We get to eat frogs. Can talk to nature itself to slowly recover her social needs outdoors. Has also overcome the discomfort of bathing in natural water and the public bathroom sponge baths. Get cleaner faster and feel better in the process. Ooh, we're using the privy bush and it didn't like barely bring down our hygiene like at all. I want to forage for some more food. We haven't eaten a fish yet and I kind of want to see it. I want to see if it is like, oh my god, seriously? A dragon fruit. What a find. Jordan found a buried cache of apothecary supplies with a note. Apothecary medicine saved my life. I bury this here for the next forager to find so it may heal them as well. Are they starting to care for me? I think so. Oh. We have an apothecary table. This must have been from a fable. Obviously, with base game, that does just include the 2 secret lots, the Forgotten Grotto and Sylvan Glade. So you now no longer need handiness level 10 to get into Forgotten Grotto. I do wonder if maybe if you have Get to Work installed, then you can go to Sixum using this. And also maybe even, what's the other place that I was thinking of? Like the Magic Realm. Romance. I was so scared that we weren't going to be able to do that. We're going to compliment their appearance and also give a little flirt. I hate that now with like the fairy option, you and like apothecary, you have to go all the way to the second one for romance. Oh, that is annoying. Oh, I love them, Your Honor. What the hell? This is not the way that I was expecting this to go. Oh, now I'm going to be really sad when I have to go back to my regular game to record the event and we're not going to have Karen to look after me. We're going to have no one to Karen for me. Oh, why did we get candles? I don't need candles. That's not good luck, bro. I mean, it is because we can technically like sell them. Oh my god, and a cowplant berry. Jeez Louise. I need a tree frog. Or a tree fish even, not a frog. They say that this is lucky, but luck is really screwing me over right now. Just give me a tree fish. I wish there was like a ailment that could like give you like cowplant. Like maybe your hunger goes down really, really fast and all you want to eat is cake. That would have been so fun. Why am I coming up with like all of these ideas and now getting so sad that they're not actually part of the pack? I'm so silly. Eat that fish and let's see how much it fills up her needs. I haven't seen anyone. Oh, it is just like half a fish. It's not like in werewolves where it's like a fillet of fish. Oh, that like did not get up our hunger like whatsoever. I swear eating an apple actually made our hunger go up more than eating fish. To be fair, we got raw rumble. Ooh, it's turning on to me a little bit. Jordan tried munching on a raw wild catch, leaving her with an unsettled mind and tummy. Still, she got some nourishment. Maybe it gets better with practice. So I would say definitely stick with harvestables for a little bit. The fun thing is though, about this, that I will say you wouldn't be able to do in a classic Rags to Riches, is the fact that now you can just stay in Sylvan Glade, because technically there's not like a bench or anything in here. So if you were traditionally to do this like without the pack, you wouldn't be able to stay here the entire time. Whereas now we can literally just like, oh, we have a too strong a creation itch. Oh, that's so annoying. Just as a note, these kind of ponds you can't bathe in. Not like the fishing ponds that you can place down. I think these are maybe available in like debug or something. I think me and Katrina are just not meant to be. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. RIP to you and Katrina. So it's the ponds that you can actually create yourself are the ones that you will be able to bathe in. Ooh, I guess we could, can we? No, this isn't swimmable water, which means we also can't bathe in it. So you can't bathe over in this area. I also like how there's now like a fairy ring, but now we have an actual fairy ring that does at least a little something for a fable. Oh my god, they're obsessed with me. Every time I'm on my lot, they're like, hi, I'd like to come over. Do you not have a job to do? I feel like you have a job to do. Oh yeah, I forgot. We can literally just make ourselves like rebalance. Ask care to absorb emotion? Damn, okay. That is a connection and a half to a fairy. We really said, I want to connect with you on a more emotional level. AKA you. Oh, we're gonna go puke in a bush. This is new, by the way. This basically acts as a toilet now, so when your Sims are feeling sick, they can go vomit in the bushes. Oh, we can actually talk to nature. Oh no, I'm gonna talk to it and then we. That like glitched out. She did the stand and we animation, even though I don't have that selected for her. And then we like our blood need it didn't go down at all. 2 days? I thought we were gonna be done with this ailment. I guess maybe we could try and start creation impulse. We need daisy, 3 daisies and aura petals. Okay, let me open this up. No, purchase. Can we buy? Oh my god, we can. 3 daisies and aura petal. 1 aura petal. Let's go craft the creation impulse cure. Our hunger right now is about halfway, so let's click on our leaf frog and eat the frog. I'm not gonna zoom in super close because I know some of you might not like this animation. No, it still didn't get it up that much. Foraging for collectibles is gonna be so OP, honestly, for the collection challenge. I like how I'm like, oh, it makes Rags to Riches too easy. And then for the collection challenge, I'm like, please, like anything to make it easier. At this point, it's annoying though, because most of like the collectibles that you could probably find through here, I already have. Imagine if you can get Salvadoradian like treasures and stuff like that. Imagine if it's so broken the way that the dust bunnies are, and you can just like get loads of simoleons. Not gonna lie, I love that. I love that it is broken. I like it for my all collection challenge. And to be fair, I override it if I'm doing like a rags to riches or something where I don't want to like make as much money as possible in a certain number of time. But for the all collections challenge, I'm like, give me my treasures. Not gonna lie, it's also making it easier, I feel, without seasons. It'll be interesting to see how natural living goes in seasons. Like when you're living outside and there's like a thunderstorm, and I imagine Innisgreen is gonna have a fair few of them. They did say with the Irish weather, it was gonna rain a little bit more in Innisgreen. No longer affected by extreme heat or cold, so that is to do with seasons. So your Sims won't freeze to death at level 6 of the natural living skill, and they also won't burn to death. Have no problem sleeping or bathing outdoors in rain or snow seasons. Sleeping on the ground may even boost Jordan's balance. Now feel more hunger when gulping down raw fish, less of chance of getting the raw rumble. Nice. Just after I got rid of all of my fish. Classic. But we can actually go fishing in our own pond. This is actually quite interesting to see because our hunger is quite low. So we got a tetra. Let's eat that fish and see how it goes. Hunger's going up. Man, it's really not a big amount. I was expecting it to do much more than that. So I will say maybe I was a little quick to judge this without seeing like the in-depth gameplay of it all, because hunger is still hard to like keep on top of if you're just like, oh my god, no, not this glitch, not this glitch, not this glitch. If you're not actually like making stuff, then living off the land isn't super easy. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Like, what are you doing, Aura? Stop trying to Aura farm. Oh, I really don't know what she's doing. I think she's trying to like garden or something. This is really weird. It's like the plants are glitching. This has not happened in like any other time I have been playing this pack. Will say apothecary skill goes up way slower than the natural living. Obviously a lot of stuff has to do with natural living, whereas the apothecary, the only way you can really get it up is obviously like reading it like a regular skill book, or working on the apothecary table, which you can just like study apothecary cures. It doesn't actually give you any cure. It's kind of like experiment on the realm of magic cauldron. So it just is a way to work on your skill without like cluttering up your inventory. Obviously you do have to like actually work on a cure to be able to get one, or like any of the other things that you can make on the apothecary table. We can finally harvest, which means we did the first level of the nature nomad. Sleep soundly outdoors on the ground 3 times, talk to nature 3 times with level 9 or higher, and comfortably bathe in open water 3 times. I can't believe that harvesting gets you 10. I swear it used to give you like 3. Harsh relief. Ouch. Was that a bug bite or a thorn? Jordan hasn't yet figured out how to avoid the pokes and scrapes of her improvised all-natural restroom. Whoa, she is comfortably sleeping now. She's like zonked out. I kind of wish they had added like a little bit of drool. So I think they have slightly modified the werewolf like sleeping outside, like the wolf nap, because I think they just like curl up, whereas these lot like actually like spread out once you reach that level 6 and are comfortable. Ooh, we have bad luck. Hopefully that means we're gonna get a tree fish today. Oh my god, are you serious? I don't need a live houseplant. We are absolutely gonna plant our forbidden fruit though, you know, just in case we want to become a plant sim, which I do go over more in my gameplay overview, and my calculations have found they're not that different. There's a couple of cute powers that you can do, but really not that much of a change to plant sims. I think though we are gonna end it there. I think I have my conclusion. She's looking at me like, girl, you fucking better. You just made me go through all of that. You better have your calculations and your conclusion concluded. Please conclude my suffering. Nah, she really has not suffered that much. I do think it will be a different experience, obviously, when I do get my hands on every single one of these packs. So maybe I'll like redo this. Maybe I will carry on, not like do like a full like series of this, but maybe I'll do a follow-up part when I do get my hands on all of the packs, so that we can kind of test that stuff of like finding different collectibles and which ones we maybe can or like can't find, and maybe we'll become a millionaire off Salvadorian treasures if they're hair included. I do think I was maybe a little harsh on my judgment to be like, this is gonna completely ruin like rags to riches, like it's no longer a challenge. Obviously, I'm always gonna say, even if you want other elements of this pack and you're not like affected by natural living, you don't really want to play with it because you are like me and you do think it makes it perhaps a little bit too easy for you in particular, you can always just like not play with it. I do think at some point you're gonna pick up the natural living skill, whether you like it or not, if I'm being honest, because looking for frogs, like, I do feel like you'll accidentally like click on bathe on water or forage. Foraging is my favorite element, I will say, out of the natural living skill. I do like that you can find collectibles. It does still, in my opinion, feel similar to werewolves. Now, I know that those were just werewolf powers. They were only able to be done by werewolves, such as taking a wolf nap, relieving yourself, and like marking your territory, which is the same like squat position and, you know, peeing that they do in this. And also you are able to wolf down raw fish as a werewolf. I actually did a full video talking about this pack versus other packs before I'd even played this pack like at all, so I'll link that at the end of this video if you kind of want to see like what you can do in base game versus like how you go about it in this. But I will say it definitely hasn't made it as easy as I think it could have, and that's mainly due to the hunger. I feel like your hunger need is quite difficult to like keep satiated. It's quite difficult to keep up. It goes down rather quickly, and the harvestables and the frogs and the fish don't get it up all that much, at least at the early stages of the natural living skill. Obviously, the more you gain, again, the more that scales. I think by the end of it, like at level 10, I could eat a fish and it would give me like at least half of my hunger back. Let's actually test that really, really quickly. We are gonna save this as, well, okay, hear me out. We're gonna save this one, and then we're gonna save as, and we're gonna do a new save, and we're gonna say rags to riches with skill. I don't think I know the natural living skill cheat though, which is unfortunate. Like, I thought it would be that, but it's not. Ooh, apparently it could be this. It is. Oh, that's just got us up to level 8. Yep, there we go. Okay, so it's done it all. Level 7 can now meditate in nature. Kind of fun, but will take a bit more skill to get the hang of it. You actually get the hang of that at 9, and then doing the meditation helps you again regain your balance. So even if you aren't a mystical sim and you can't grant a blessing, that is what allows you to like change your balance. Jordan is thriving out in nature, will satisfy much more hunger from eating raw fish and harvestable foods. Okay, here we go. So let's test this. Currently we're again just below half, so let's eat that fish and see how much it gets up. It's still not that much. It does still feel like it is a little bit harder to keep up your hunger. Even though you can like eat fish and you can eat harvestables and you can eat frogs, it really, oh, whoa, that's wild. The fact that the fish really don't get it up, but then harvestables do. I wonder if that's maybe a little bit of a glitch in the early access version, because Kara, I do want to go on a date with you, but this is like my alternate universe. From level 8, it's going to be quite easy to also look after your hunger. I don't know if it'll maybe go down a little quicker. I highly doubt it. I don't think they program hunger to work that way, like depending on what you eat, like it'll go down like faster or slower. But of course, it does still make rags to riches earlier. You don't have to nap like you used to have to be able to do on benches. You don't have to like queue up 16 different naps. You can forage for food at like any moment, which to be fair, you could always like fish for food. And if you had like a campfire or a barbecue, you could always roast your fish. Barbecues were kind of the way that people went for like rags to riches when we didn't have a home, whereas now you kind of just like don't need that. And again, you could always do harvestables, you could always forage, you could always go out into your world and find different plants and take harvest from them and eat those. So It's still, in my opinion, not new, because a lot of this stuff you could already do just in different kind of ways that did make the game more difficult. I do think it's enjoyable though, and I do think it offers you a different way of playing if you don't want to go the traditional route. But I would honestly love to hear your thoughts on it. I've kind of spoken on my thoughts. I do really wish that you could clean your dishes like off the grid and kind of having a sink or something. I wish they had included something like that you could do in ponds, as well as bathing yourself. You could wash dishes. Just because I think right now that really only feels like the only thing that's fully hindering you from, like, I guess, living outside 24/7. Like, especially if you do have a kitchen and you are making like actual meals and you're not just living off frogs or fish or harvestables. But I would love to hear all of your thoughts, opinions. Are you gonna stick with doing rags to riches in the traditional way? Are you gonna experiment a little bit and see how the natural living skill and where that takes you? Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.